my name is Miranda, and today I'm here to react to episode 2 of season 2 of The Wild. And guys, before I even get started on this reaction, thank you so much for the wonderful comments on my episode 1 reaction. It actually surprised me to see that a lot of you were saying I'm actually giving the boys a fair chance because, okay, I feel like I am trying to enjoy their story, right? And I'm trying not to be like, ooh, when they come on, because I do find them interesting so far. It's just that I like the girls 1,000 times more better and I'd rather be with the girls. But that being said, that's all I'm going to say on the subject. I'll give my full thoughts on how this whole boys girls incorporation worked after I watched the last episode. I think the best thing I saw was like if the boys had had their own show, but like I don't think I would have watched. Like if the boys had had their own, like if this was just about the boys and we didn't have the girls first, I don't think it would interest me as much. That's why it's kind of like I do like seeing the dynamic and the difference. And like I said, what I'm really interested and intrigued in is seeing the boys versus the girls and how their whole journeys were different. Like if you read, so I like to read the trivia, which I think is such a cool thing that Amazon does, is they give you trivia for the episodes, and the Wilds, like their trivia is so fun and so fascinating. Like it's just little fun facts about them. But they also say in this episode that the girls, in their trivia, that the girls had a fire going on night 1, I think, and the boys did not. So like that's the stuff I'm interested in, just to see the dynamic of how the groups work and how they differ in their survival modes and stuff like that. And I think that is a very intriguing thing, and that's what I look for specifically when I am watching the boys. So yeah, I'm excited to dive into episode 2 and see what's going on. What? Oh, it's Leah. Gotcha. I thought of this the other day, but like, aren't there cameras in their bedrooms? So aren't they like seeing what happens? Like, they know Leah's in there, right? Because they've got cameras, unless she figured out a way to malfunction his camera. Yeah, give us it all. Now we know too officially, which makes it interesting for the episode titles, because this one, I don't know what this one's called, it's not showing me, but we know that I guess the experiment was to see if they could survive 50 days on an island in the wilderness, because Gretchen said in the last one that the girls survived the full 50, so now we know kind of what it's leading to. And I looked at the episode titles, and I do know that episode 7 is called Day 50, so then there's still one episode after the girls got rescued. It is really interesting to see like the bond between, like, obviously the girls have their bond and the boys have their bond of being on the island, but the bond of the boys and the girls of like, we both went through this same horrific thing, right? But in separate ways, because they had different islands, they had different challenges that they have to deal with, they had different personalities to work with. So it's interesting more so, I think, seeing like Raph and Leah kind of sizing each other up and realizing like, I'm you, but at the same time, I don't know exactly what you went through and how I would react in that situation. Oh no. She's gonna think that that means he's the, is it Confederate is the word you use? Even though I don't really like that word, but the mole, I'll just say the mole. I don't think he's the equivalent of Nora. Like, Raph was never one of the people that I considered. I thought personally DJ, but we already know that I was kind of right with that because I think he knew what was going on. Because now looking back, when, remember how he got away from them? Got away from them. That sounds so bad. No, he just left because he couldn't. It's hard to be on his toe. And he was like, okay, I'll go relax. But like, he was like, thank you guys so much, and was like really considerate, and then like looked at them and was like, good luck, guys. I feel like he knew what was happening and was like saying like, good luck for being on this island and stuff. So DJ was my consideration, and then I also thought Seth, I think, which I still think could be just because he's the one that's always like, guys, come on, focus. Like, he keeps them together, but I do feel like there's still, is there 2, you think? Because it's just so confusing that like Nora was supposed to be the mole that was more in the background kind of observing things, and I think Janine was supposed to be the one that was like keeping things going and keeping them on track. So that's why I kind of think it could be Seth, but then I don't know who the Nora mole would be if there are 2 moles in this situation. Oh my gosh. The girlfriend of course. Wait, so this kind of relates him to Leah, because Leah was like, got super attached to Jeff, and like Jeff was all about Jeff, and I feel like he's saying that his girlfriend is the only like thing that kept him clear in his life. And I feel like she can relate to that. Oh, poor Leah. They did find her then, thankfully. It's a little insensitive, Fatten. Yeah, they're both like, damn. Oh, jeez. I just feel like, thank you. What? Yeah, Rachel is kind of the best one to put herself in this situation, help Leah, yeah. And I feel like Leah feels bad for setting Rachel off, so she's not really going to say no. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta walk around, you gotta get some sunlight, air, get the muscles moving. Well, you know, at least they're realistic. One of them might not come back. No, I think I think they're good together. And Rachel and Leah are not someone we saw interact a huge amount in season 1, so it'll be interesting. I think Rachel in general will be interesting to see her without Nora now, without that support system, how she reacts and changes and leans on the other girls now, because they're kind of her sisters too in a way. Not your blood sisters, obviously. I'm not saying they replace Nora, but I'm just saying that like you have a family that you can rely on. Oh no, we spilled it. Oh no, that was their food. They're gonna be so mad at him. They can scoop up the parts that were on the page, though. What is he gonna... Is he gonna save it somehow? Yeah, I'm very confused. I thought he was gonna figure out how to get it back in the jar, but... What is spills? What am I missing? Yeah, obviously Kieran hasn't heard of spills. Look at the man. Does he look like someone who browses Instagram? That doesn't look like a pretty great face in her eyes. She kind of looks over it. Also, his girlfriend? Perfect mix of Maya Mitchell from the Fosters and Selena Gomez. Like, if those two had a baby, that's the girlfriend. Tony's read that one? What? This is the strangest thing that's happened on this deserted island. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, okay. You know what? She's with Shelby, could pull this off seamlessly, so. Poor Dot. I feel like, did Shelby hear that, though? Because she would be like, yes. What? Oh. Oh, no. That breaks my heart. Like, Rachel's just going through it this season. I think the thing that pushed her was Fatten saying, if you go near Rachel again, I'll kill, like, Fatten being done with her. I think that was, I'm not blaming Fatten at all. I'm just saying that, like, that was the kind of one that was supporting her. And for her to be like, no, like, I'm kind of done. I think Leah was like, I truly have no one. I mean, yeah, these two can relate more than anyone right now. I gotta give them credit too. They really handled it in a very delicate way. Like, I'm very glad we didn't see them like finding Leah and like making her puke up and everything. Like, I'm glad that they skipped that and just moved on to like the aftermath, because I feel like that would have just been needlessly traumatic and needlessly sensationalizing it. What is it? Oh my gosh. What is that? Is that like more supplies for them? This is funny because this harkens back to like the first or second episode when they were the ones with, who did they go with though? There was a third person that went with them, I thought. Maybe Nora, and they were the ones that went swimming to the plane wreck and checked it out. So like this is a good callback to that. Oh, what did he just step in? What was that? Ew, it's ants. Ew, 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 ew. I don't like bugs, but I really don't like bugs that attack in like hundreds like that. Oh, that's gonna sting like a biatch. Oh. He's gotta like run in the water or something, drown him. What the heck is that? These guys have a bunker on their island. If I'm the girls, I'm pissed. Like, that's perfect shelter right there. You guys can just sleep in there and you're fine from the animals. Oh, also, someone told me Seth is Harry from The Society, which I never watched The Society because I was going to, and then season 2 got canceled, and I was like, I refuse to watch a show that got, like, canceled and ended on a cliffhanger, but that's why he looks familiar. Wait, there's Fiji. What? Did they stock this for them? Because literally, I'm pissed. I'm pissed on the girls' behalf. Like, I know the girls got like a bag of medicine or whatever when they needed it, but like, these boys just walked into a freaking bunker full of food. This sustains like 20 seasons of Riverdale right here. Are they wondering why all this is there though? Like, Fiji water is pretty expansive and like recent. This has to be in place, right? I feel like Gretchen's team would have done a whole sweep of the island beforehand to see like what's there. Even though they didn't apparently know there's a freaking jaguar on the island that wants to eat the kids, but you know, we all make mistakes. We all make oopsies. I'm sure some intern got fired for that. Or promoted. I don't really know how Gretchen thinks. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see what it is! I wonder if Gretchen sent it or not. What is it? I'm so interested. Oh, party supplies. Interesting. Well, I guess that's good for morale, right? My gosh. Shelly's in her element. She loves it. Look at Tony's face. She's like, this is the love of my life. What is that thing? Oh my gosh. So, this really just washed up on the island. Like, this seems like it really did just wash up on the island, but I'm so suspicious of everything. Like, I feel like there's no coincidences. Oh no. Is she okay? It's good to see her laugh, but that laugh, oh my gosh, they're all like, oh my gosh. Marty has some competition now. I just love seeing them bond, and like their acting is so great. Like they're all really good, but like Leah, especially the actress, like the way she just told that story felt so natural, right? Like the laughing and the like just ridiculousness of it all. Like it's so great. I just love them. Oh no. Oh no, you really don't want Kieran to be the one to find this. Kieran scares me. Girls had a campfire on night one, don't forget that. Did they have a lighter? Because I know Fatten's suitcase was the one that they got to keep. And I mean keep in that like they let them have it. Gretchen's team. They should really ration this though, don't they know that? Like, I know you're excited to eat and drink, but like, this is it. Like, that's all you guys found so far. Well, that's nice that he gave him the credit. Now they'll actually feel like he's part of the group, right? Well, that's nice. I get why he's so, like, best friends with Seth, though, because Seth is constantly, like, hyping him up and helping him. So, nice. Uh-oh. What happened? I mean, this still freaking Raph ended up in handcuffs for some reason. And he's the only one we've seen interviewed, so I don't know if that means that they all are in handcuffs or if Raph specific. Well, he did say for what I did, so, but it's just like they are bonding. Like, Kieran obviously is a dick and like causes a lot of fights, and the other two, Bo and Scotty, are hiding food. So like there's obviously things that are happening, but like I just don't, they do seem to be starting to form a group that's getting along. So what happened that like he ends up in handcuffs? Why is she telling him this? I mean, I feel like they already know, so it's kind of not surprising. Like, but I just feel like, what's her game plan? What's her end game here? Yeah, that is very, that's what I realized after the last episode. I was like, wait, they definitely would have seen that she's missing from her room and that he's talking to her. Leah, she's so good. I feel like in another world she could be Gretchen. Like that's what kind of worries me. Like I hope she uses her powers for good. I wonder what it is she wants. I mean, besides out of here, but like what's her goal here? That's terrifying. I just hope she's like not betraying Raph's trust because I feel like he's a victim in all this too. I mean, technically we don't know what he did, but I feel like there's not a lot you could do on this island that I would not feel bad for you and like you were put in this situation as long as he's not the mole, which I don't think he is based on the way they were talking to him. We've never seen them debrief a mole on the girls' island, but that's obviously now that we know they died. Even though I'm still not up to say that Nora definitely died, but it'll be interesting to see if we get an interview with, because I feel like once we have an interview with them, that for me rules them out as the mole. So Ralph, we've got the interview, and he's the only one thus far, I think, right, that we've seen an interview for. So he's the only one I can definitely rule out. Henry, I've ruled out just because he was so against, like, it just doesn't seem like his vibe at all. And then Kieran, I don't think Kieran, I'd be very, very surprised if he's the mole, but I'm interested just to see, like, what, like, I feel like we're learning with Gretchen because there's something that they can't find out about. And I feel like they did talk about this before where, like, there's a hole missing or something like that. I don't know. Like, some kind of, they can't get the boys to talk about something and they're hoping that Leah can get that. I just don't want her to betray his trust because, like, they're truly in this together. As long as he's not the mole, and like I said, I don't think he is. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays this all, because I feel like hopefully there's more to her plan than just going them being like, hey, I know you saw me, I can get what you want, and screw him over as long as you give me what I want. Like, I hope there's more finesse to this, because I feel like there's also a period of time where we didn't see between the end of season 1 and the start of season 2 where she found out about the boys and then was able to get into his room and all that. Like, we don't know how long that is, so I feel like maybe she saw the boys, was like, because she saw them when they were still on the island, actually, unless they were reviewing, like, old footage. She saw them, like, with a campfire and all that. So I'm hoping she kind of went back, maybe, like, reviewed, like, made a plan in her head and is now starting to execute that. So we'll see what happens. But it was a really good episode, and I like getting to see more of Leah getting a leg up on them and hopefully helping everyone escape from this horrendous, horrendous thing that they've been put in. So yeah, if you have seen this episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure to spit out a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!